Okay, thanks for joining me today, guys. It's been really great. I mean, can you believe it? And I put the wrong number in when I sent the message. It's actually our last call for this series. And I mean, it's gone so quickly and it's been such an awesome experience, hasn't it? I've really enjoyed sharing this information with you, and it's also just helped me to like reestablish the stuff that I've kind of forgotten about. You know, I did it right in the beginning of my business, and you know, you kind of get out of habit if you're not doing it on a daily basis. But yeah, I really enjoyed. I mean, like the first week, we spoke about why you're doing this and figuring out why you want to do this as a business, or why you want to share the love of oils with people. In the second week, we spoke about being authentic and being real, not only with yourself, but everybody else, and sharing that. And last week, we spoke about some of the business ideas and, you know, scheduling, getting, you know, blocking that time off for yourself, making sure that you can stay focused when you're busy working at it. There is a lovely book that I've been reading at the moment. It's called The Slight Edge by Joel Olson, and he puts it really beautifully, the way he explains how doing things consistently and doing small little things that just seem insignificant, but they actually put you in motion, and they put you in that momentum of moving forward in your goals and in your life, in business as well. And it really does. I've seen it for myself as well, that if I'm constantly doing these small little things that that move me forward, you know, get me thinking about other perspectives in business or in my own personal growth, it really does help a lot. Just an example is reading 10 pages of a business book, or a personal development book, anything like that. Even if you can't manage 10 pages, just manage 1 page at a time. And, you know, it's not about doing bulk or all together or all in one. It's just changing small little things in your daily life that just makes a difference. Like today, I decided, and I know this sounds weird, I mean, don't you take your phones to the toilet? I do. Maybe it's a bit of TMI, but I mean, I take my phone to the bathroom. Yeah, there we go. Veronica's saying, yeah, me. And I just decided today, you know what, I'm not going to do that, and to get my family off of that habit as well, because you tend to just scroll when you're on, you know, you're like just scrolling and you're not actually doing something productive besides, you know, the natural stuff that you're doing. What I did is I put some books next to the loo. I put the book that I'm busy reading next to the loo. I put the Bible, I put the Christmas books next to the loo, and I said, okay, well, you know what, this is what we're going to be doing. Well, for myself anyway. And if they don't do it, it's okay, but I'm going to do it for myself. That not take the phone to the loo and rather read something, even if it's for 5 minutes. And so we think we don't have time. We think we don't have the capacity to learn more, or that things are way too chock-a-block or full, but we actually do have. I mean, yesterday I drove with hubby because I needed to drop off something, and while we were traveling, I read, I think it was 20% of the book that I've got, and I can track the percentage because I use an e-reader. But I was able to, you know, read quite a lot, which if I didn't have that book with me, if I didn't just read it while I was traveling, that's a wasted time. I wouldn't say wasted. I mean, I still spend time chatting with my hubby and things like that, but you can squeeze in those little bits of time everywhere, everywhere. If you find yourself scrolling, or you find yourself doing something that isn't productive or moving you forward, then you know, rein yourself in, rein those thoughts in. And Benita and I spoke about those thoughts that just, you know, fly away from us, and do something productive about it. Go find a book that you would enjoy, or, you know, would challenge you. All right, so that's just a little bit about what I'm busy doing, okay? With regards to oils, I'm trying to incorporate them in everything I do. I managed to get them into my breakfast, no problem, into my water, into my diffuser. I'm still struggling with getting them into other foods like lunches and suppers. Vanya did a really great idea with using fish and oils, and I thought it was a really great idea. I'd love to incorporate things like that. But yeah, just start with small little things, incorporate oils into your daily routine, into your daily habits. Now I know when I get into the shower, I've got my little eucalyptus, and I drop a drop just outside of the water, and I get that steam. It smells like I'm in a eucalyptus forest, which is awesome. But you see, it's just having it there, making it available. There's small little things that you can do for yourself, but then also give them tips to other people that you spend time with and that you're sharing with. Okay, so today, sure, that was a long introduction. Hey, we're doing P.I.P.E.S, a recipe for success. So the P.I.P.E system that doTERRA has formed for us, and like we spoke about last week, you can take that basic recipe and you can decorate it the way you want it. You can add your own flair and your own personality to the P.I.P.E system, preparing, inviting, presenting, enrolling, and supporting. And so that's just basic little steps that you can do to help people along in understanding what oils do for them, inviting them to a class or inviting them to an event, even if it's an online event, enrolling them when they're ready to purchase oils at the wholesale price, and then supporting them in whatever direction they're going, if it's for their pets or for their hormones or for their children, whichever way. And it actually extends your own knowledge as well, because somebody asks me something about, like, how do I look after my bird? And I'm like, hold up. And I go and research it first, and then I come back and go, this is what I saw. Go and look on, Essential Oil Vet, Dr. Rourke. She's got great stuff about birds, but this is what I've seen, how you can help your bird, and that's like just a one-liner. I know it's really extended my knowledge in having to help people that are not in my scope of knowledge. Okay. So I really wish I'd known about the P.I.P.E system when I first started. I thought I needed to, do everything from scratch, because I've done businesses on my own before where I had to do all the marketing material, all the stickers, all the recipes, everything on my own. And when I found doTERRA, everything was like, here, it's handed over to us, which is really awesome. They give us all the knowledge that we need, all the marketing materials we need. It's free. I really love the fact that we can just plug into what they have for us and draw from that. Lots of the stuff is free. You just have to try and find it, do your research. But I thought I had to, reinvent the wheel and start from scratch and do it on my own. And what's great about doTERRA is we don't do anything on our own. It's really, that's the awesome part, is you in a team. We're teammates and we support each other, and you can reach out to not just me as your upline, but you can reach out to any of your sideline sisters, anybody that's not even in your team, anybody in the Get Oily tribe. They are so helpful, so loving and caring, and I love hearing what they have to say and from their experiences. Lisa Human, Eloise, she's our upline, Janine Falkvane, and Vanya, who does the cooking, and then there's Sarah Harley, Rachel King, also in our team but not direct, and Shay Tennyson. They're all really amazing oil ladies and have got lots of knowledge. And so doTERRA's put all the effort in. I mean, if you look at the top leaders of doTERRA. They've put in all the efforts, and they really have become successful using the P.I.P.E.S system, using this and just making it their own. And I mean, if you look at some of those top leaders, they're making maybe 2 or 3 double diamond leaders, triple diamond leaders. Just our own Betsy Holmes, she is a double diamond, so she's got 2 teams, 2 diamond, which is really awesome. But she's just used the P.I.P.E.S system and made it her own. Okay. So today I'm just going to be talking about the tools and the resources that you can just plug into and you can use and make a foundation for yourself on, how you're going to be sharing, how you're going to be talking to people about oils, what it's done for you. So by now you've probably chosen a certain amount of hours that you want to allocate to sharing. If it's 1 hour a day or 10 hours a day, it really is up to you. You decide what works for you. And then you can break up this time during the week into various categories. Now, obviously, I'm going to be putting this in the group, so you can take a look at it for yourself. So oil studies, go and study a type of oil. This week, I was studying ylang ylang and comparing it with Kananga. Now, they called the same thing, Kananga odorata. And it was very interesting that when you look at the difference in the two, they're the same plant, but because they come from different regions, ylang ylang is indigenously grown in Madagascar. But if they get ylang ylang from a different part of the world, like maybe Philippines, they call it Kananga, because of the fact that the chemical constituents tend to be different. Now, I mean, wow, that's interesting, hey? They can't call it cinnamon bark if it's not grown in its indigenous place. They call it cassia because it's grown somewhere else in the world, and it has a different chemical constituent. So it's very interesting. I found it extremely uplifting because I was like, wow, I didn't know this. And I've got both of them. I've been studying both of them this week. There we go, ylang ylang and Kananga. And they've got different smells. So they're the same plant from different regions of the world. One is indigenous to Madagascar. The other one they found maybe like in the Philippines, and they do different things. So they say ylang ylang is more for aromatic, diffusing, uplifting the mood, that type of thing, and maybe even for taste, which I don't know because ylang ylang doesn't taste good. And Kananga they use for therapeutic reasons, like for blood pressure and things like that. But you can use this for blood pressure. It's just this one works better. So like, wow, because it has a different chemical constituent. Same plant, different oils. Wow, hey. So that's something that I invested my time in, is going and learning about an oil this week. And I decided it was going to be ylang ylang. You can do some class planning, if you need anything, just shout, because I've got presentations here already made, that if you're going to be doing something online, you can have it. If you want stuff to print out, there's free printouts online as well. And how much time are you spending inviting people? I've told you before, I've used Trello, so it helps me to keep track of who I've spoken to, about what, when I spoke to them, what I spoke to them about, what are their health concerns, things like that, so that I don't forget. And it seems like I know 20,000 people's health concerns, but it really is, if I'm speaking to you, I've got your Trello page open and I'm going, okay, all right, this is what we spoke about. Because I don't remember everything. It just helps me to automate things and keep it all in line and in track. How much time are you spending in preparation, prepping for a class like this? I know it seems like I've just jumped in here today, which I did. Sorry. We were preparing for Christmas gifts and birthday gifts for hubby, because it's his birthday and Christmas, like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. And then Are you studying the business concepts? You know, what about, have you looked at the compensation plan? How does it work when you're enrolling somebody? When do you get commissions? How do you get commissions? What is an AR balance? Have you looked at your back office? How does it work? And that type of thing. Okay, so I'm talking about back offices if you have already changed over to Wellness Advocates, because the customer one and the advocate one looks different. And then your own personal development. What are you reading? What podcasts are you listening to? Are you listening to stuff that is going to challenge you and move you forward in your thinking and in your perspective on life, so that you don't stay in a rut and you don't stay in this idea of what it's supposed to look like? Lovely books that I've recently read. Donna Gates's book called The BED Diet, Body Ecology Diet, BED. The Slight Edge by Joel Olstein. I'm busy with the Gut Health Summit by Dr. Zelinsky and Dr. Axe and Donna Gates. And what else? Start With Why by Simon Sinek. Find Your Why by Simon Sinek. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. You can even listen to their stuff on YouTube. My son's been listening to Robert Kiyosaki's book on YouTube audio because he doesn't like reading, which is really sweet, because his 11-year-old comes and tells me, Mom, I want to invest. I need to find assets. And it's very cute. But it really is, it expands your mind. It makes you see that what you're doing in your life it works, yeah, but you might be able to add some things that could change your perspective or change your momentum in a direction that you want to go. You know, like we were talking about the sails of the sailboat, kind of tack in that area so that you can go in that direction that you want to go. Okay. I would also suggest that you get a page-a-day calendar. And I mean, it's end of the year now. New calendars have already come out, but I couldn't find one that I really liked, so I printed one for myself. And if you need a link on where to find them, I'll send you a link so that you can download it and print it yourself if you want. I even bind it myself because I used to bind the kids' workbooks. I still do. And then also include your family. Include them in your goals on what you want to do and how you want to do it. I've already said to my family, you know what? I don't want to stay where I am. I want to move forward in my business. I want to go speak to other people. So when I say I'm out for the day or I'm busy here in my office doing a training, they know what I'm busy doing, because we've sat down and we've had the conversation of, you know what, it's a different season of our lives. This is what we're doing. Can you help me in supporting me in my business goals? And like my kids have been really supportive. Happy as well, just so supportive. So when I've got a new member in my team and I go, yay, hallelujah, praise the Lord, we've got somebody new in the team and her name's Isabella. And then we're at the dining room table and everybody's going, yay, you know, so they hear about these wins. They hear about how, you know, I've been able to help this mom that's just, now she's drinking lemon in her water and she's lost some weight. And, you know, just celebrating the small stuff with me, because this is important to me. And so when they're busy cleaning house so that I can do this, you know, I can celebrate with them and go, thank you, you know, this has been so helpful. It really is important to have the family involved in supporting you. BOGO week, you need all the support you can get because it tends to be quite hectic with BOGO week. All right, so that's step 2, is bringing the why to the table and telling your family about that, you know, what it's all about. Step 3 is committing to a weekly or a bi-weekly check-in with your upline, like with me, and just you can book an appointment. I normally do Mondays. I say, okay, well, I've set aside time on Mondays to speak to anybody who needs help with strategies or ideas or what to do, how to do, and you can just tell me, I need a time, I need to come and chat with you, and we'll book a time on a Monday to do that for you. All right. I do that with my upline as well on a Monday, so that I can stay, moving and get some ideas from her. And then number 4, show up for you. You're the one showing up for your business, for your family, for yourself. Just even if no one shows up, and I love that song that they put on the group yesterday, what's it, 12 days of doTERRA. I don't know. Myself and Sinead were listening to it, and on day 3 was 3 no-shows, and I had that last night. I booked a class, I sent everything out, and nobody rocked up. And yet I rocked up for my business, and that's the only important thing. Is it's okay if they don't rock up. I still rock up. I still put aside the time to be there for them and do the business. Something I heard from Eric Ward this week is, don't consider, if you're doing this as a business, don't consider it a part-time job. If you're setting aside an hour a day to do the business, do it. Don't think of it as a part-time thing or a hobby. It's your job. It's go rock up for it. Get dressed, get in the chair, go do what you need to do. Show up for your business, show up for your team. If somebody in your team, if they're a customer or an advocate, show up for them. Ask them how they're doing. I check in once a week with my team. Whoever I feel I need to reconnect with and find out how they're doing. On a Friday, this is what I'm doing now, but then I go and I do a personal check-in so that they can know that I'm there for them. And it's not that I want you to buy stuff. It's just I want to see how you're doing. How's the family? What can I help with? And it really has been so inspiring, actually, that some people have turned around and said, thank you so much, and that's all I do, is I just do a check-in. I just ask how they're doing. Show up for your social media followers. If you've got social media followers or you've got a social media account that you're doing that, show up for them. If they're making comments, comment back. Don't just like it, make a comment. Say like, hi, thanks for commenting, or comment back on what they're saying so that they can see you're engaged as well. So I can't tell you how many times I've taught a class or been at a meeting or anything, and my heart was not in it. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to show up, but I did it anyway. And look, it is difficult sometimes and challenging that when you get up in the morning and you go, oh, I don't feel like it. You got to get past that feeling and actually just do it. And it's something maybe my military training taught me is, just do it. It's that Nike tagline, just do it. Whether you feel like doing it or not feeling like doing it, just get on with it. Set the time. You've promised yourself you're going to do this, and then you'll see how you keep your promises to yourself. It's like, if I promise myself I'm going to take a break at a certain time and I actually go do it, then I can see that I can trust myself. I can trust myself to look after my body, look after my spiritual growth, look after my personal growth, look after my team. And that means that, it's a weird concept, hey, to be able to trust yourself with yourself. But it is important that you carry on rocking up for yourself and doing what you've promised yourself you're going to do. If you say you're going to read 10 pages, go and read those 10 pages. Because if you don't, you're disappointing yourself. And then you feel like a failure. And don't even think that your tagline should be, I'm failure, or failure is not an option, because when you do fail, pick yourself up and go do it again, go do something again, I'm going a little bit sidetracked here. Whatever people think about network marketing, whatever ideas that other network marketing companies have portrayed, that it's a quick get rich quick scheme, that you make lots of money, that there's no hard work involved, that it's a pyramid scheme, that type of thing, it's not true. Well, not with doTERRA anyway. It is hard work. It is rocking up when there's nobody there. It's doing the things that nobody sees. It's being in the background and then nobody hears it. It's doing the stuff that needs to be done on a daily basis until you get the success and getting the results that you need and you want. It's a progression, so it's not arriving. It's being in the process. It's doing those daily tasks that need to be done, that are the nitty-gritties, like washing dishes and brushing teeth and things like that. Being in the business, the small little things that you're doing, that makes the difference in the long run, but it doesn't look like it's doing anything today. And that's hard sometimes. And I want to tell you, it's not the get rich quick scheme. It's put your head down and actually do the groundwork type of stuff. And if you're up for that, awesome. If you just want to share, awesome. But if you want to get to places like the diamonds and the double diamonds, and you want to get up there, then putting in the groundwork now and that's foundation, is really important for you. What you call it, Sarah Jansen did this whole thing where she said she's crying and running at the same time. So, and I've done this before as well. So you cry while you run. So don't stop. Don't get, I know Veronica likes this one, don't get off on the side of the road when the storm is still in the middle of going. Is just cry and drive, cry and run. Keep on going. Don't stop what you're doing. Keep rocking up. And you will see it in the end, that it does, come back in returns, and not always in monetary returns either. It's more like, having those aha moments for yourself, or seeing somebody else experience success, or getting pain-free, or, things like that, which is really awesome. Helping others. It's not all about you. And when you realize that, and it's about other people, then your business can be successful, and it can be worthwhile and be purposeful. I'm going a bit slow here. I see my time's running low. Okay, it says here, leave the best and most important for the last, and that is maintaining relationships. If making a sale is going to interfere with the relationship, don't do the sale. A friend of mine messaged me. She wanted to go to another opposing oil company. I wasn't happy about it, obviously, because I've been working with her. And she messaged me and she said, would you be really angry? Would you not be my friend anymore? And I said, no, that's not. My relationship with you is far more important than an oil sale. And yes, I would love you on my team, and I would love to support you in your oil journey. But relationships are far more important than a sale, than selling a bottle of oil or having somebody on my team. I would rather maintain the relationship than anything else. And that's what doTERRA is all about. They're about relationships. Keep the relationship first. If you don't feel like you want to be talking to them about oils today, just message them and say, I'm thinking of you. That's it. That's all people need to hear. They don't need to hear, I'm selling this oil, can I, today. Maybe they need to hear, I'm thinking of you, or how's the kids doing? What's going on with you guys? And then it maintains that relationship. It's far more important than sales. All right, so here we go. that's us. Oh, today's tasks. Sorry. All right. I think this was it. Make a okay. I'm going to be putting on this information as well, but here we go. On a blank sheet of paper, mark some sections from Monday through to Sunday across the top, and time block from what, 8 to 8 or 7 to 7, doesn't matter, whenever you're awake. And some downtime. Don't forget, you schedule your self-care. If you don't do it, then you won't do it. So schedule the self-care, put in an hour, say, I'm going to do this for myself for an hour. If it means having a detox bath or painting or going for a walk or whatever, schedule it. Because if you don't, you won't do it for yourself. And I found that for myself as well. Then plan your first doTERRA week, incorporating what you've learned this week and the last couple of weeks, blocking off time for items that you want to learn, study, prepare, plan, follow up with. Use your allocated time, switch off the phone or turn it over, make sure you're undistracted, and then add activities like family time and gym time and personal care and going to the shops, groceries, driving, so that you can see and feel that you do have the time that you need to set aside for these things. And then this is the huge challenge. Go post it on the Facebook group. Take a picture of your schedule, post it on the group. It doesn't matter what it looks like, even if it's in a scribble or if it looks really beautiful, that it's been planned out on Canva or something. It doesn't matter. Go do it. And then share your emotions and your feelings, good or bad, how you felt about doing the scheduling, about this series. We want to hear it, everything. Okay. And then, like we've said before, go and comment on other people's posts so that we can feel encouraged and supported. And thank you so much for joining this series. It's been a pleasure to serve and to share with you. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to stop the recording unless anybody's got questions that I need to keep it recording. All good?